Hello and welcome to the cellar. This won't be a video about me working on the restoration of the cellar, so if you're not interested you can skip to the next one. I thought it would be interesting to look back at the 2024 year because I think it's been a really good year for the cellar. I've made really good progress. I think it's a pivotal year in the restoration, and also if it's good for the YouTube algorithm, why not? As I said in my first video, I did the YouTube thing about the restoration in order to document and archive my progress. It's been more than 6 years now. Definitely, I'm really happy I did that, and if you are looking at undergoing a big project like that, I think it's a very good thing to do. I've been able to look back on some parts of the project I've almost completely forgot about. So what I want to do in this video is look especially at 2024, look at each video and what I've been able to achieve in each one, and also talk about a bit about YouTube and my experience with it. But for anyone who doesn't know about the project, let me make a brief recap of the first 5 years. So we bought the house with this cellar, and from the beginning I wanted to turn it into a workshop. It's really a great project, restore the medieval cellar and turn it into a modern and accessible workshop. So the first things I did at the beginning was cleaning up a bit. I removed a big stone pillar that was holding the old stairs. I discovered an under cellar beneath the main cellar, and after that I did a lot of digging. I excavated the whole cellar, trying to find the rock bottom of the cellar, literally. It took me a good year, maybe a year and a half. And after I did that, I had a bit of sabbatical 2 years. And during those years, I elaborated a plan for the floor because it was a bit tricky. I didn't want to have something too heavy and too permanent. So I had to contact and look at a lot of solutions with some engineering contractors and etc. Also, I was dealing with the radon problem, which I discovered into the project. So it was something that took some time also to take into account. But after that, the ground was done and I could really start the restoration process. So it consists mainly of cleaning the wall, removing the old mortar that in some place isn't mortar at all, it's just mud or sand or earth, and replace it with lime mortar. So I didn't have any idea of doing that. I learned on the spot, but I have to say lime mortar is a really forgiving process, and it's really something that you can do it yourself. It's not that hard. I think I spent the entirety of 2022 working on the back of the cellar, so the secondary cellar that used to be a poop cellar. After that, worked on the stairs and also the little room at the side of the stairs. And I think it took me almost the entire 2023 to do that. And now let's take a look at the 2024 videos. So I have a paper prepared. So first of all, I published 10 videos in 2024, 11 if we include this one. So the first video I published in 2024 was Old Cellar 30, onto the main cellar, where I finished working on the staircase of the stone stairs at the back of the cellar. I put a steel beam in place of an old wooden beam that is supporting the floorboard above. And I started working on the engine room, which I call it. It's just the side room where I have placed my ventilation. I had found a big ventilation unit earlier, I think a year before. And finally I could put it in place and start piping the different ducts and everything. So it was really a nice milestone for that. The video is standing at 647 views, which is not a lot. I think the thumbnail is really not that appealing. I don't know if the video was really good or not, but it was a really nice progress for me. Anyway, the second one is the old cellar 31 main vault finish, and this is a really important milestone. I had worked on the vault of the cellar. That was something that was really frightening me. I didn't really know what I would do for the vault. Really didn't want to repoint it by myself, joint by joints. So in the end, I sprayed it with natural aerial lime and really fine sand that I repurposed from the scratching and brushing the vault itself. Spraying it was a bit of a nightmare because it creates a fine mist that is really hard to breathe, so I had to have a full mask. The video was a bit hard to do because of the mist, and I didn't want my camera to be covered in lime and fine dust. The video did well. It's standing at 1.3 kilos. 1,000 views, and I think it's because of the thumbnail, which has a human in it. It's my face with a mask. There is a mysterious quality to the thumbnail, and I remember playing with the different thumbnails. So the next one I published is the tour, the second part, which is Old Cellar 32, renovation of medieval cellar, 5.5 years of work. I really tried to find a catchy title for this one, and renovation and medieval I think are a good search word, and I think it's appealing, and it's my best video of the year, standing at 6.8 thousand views. It's a bit long since I'm just talking and showing the cellar, but also the thumbnail is appealing. I tried to have a wide view of the cellar with me standing in it. I think it tends to work well when you have the architecture and people in the thumbnail. The next video is Old Cellar 33, 90 hours of work, 1/5 of the main chamber done. This video is doing quite well also, 3.1 Ks. It was a really nice milestone also. I was on a big, nice streak with those one, with the ceiling and this wall done. A big part of the cellar done. I had a lot of repointing to do, some masonry to fill the holes from the old beam back, and also I had a crumbling wall I had to repair. And I did the first test of the whitewash that I will do on some of the rocky parts that are still visible in the walls. And so it gave really nice pictures, and also since it was in the main chamber of the cellar, it was much easier to film, so I think it's also added to the quality of the video. After that, I have the other side of the work, Old Cellar 34, 114 hours of work, but complication. Not a nice title, I think, and the thumbnail is for this one is a bit cryptic. I don't think we understand what is going on. Yeah, it's a bit close up, and there is no human in the picture. The video is about working on the other side of the wall, which was a bit tricky because there is a huge height at some point. I kept some of the beams openings in the wall, and but I arrived at a difficult area where the wall was crumbling, literally crumbling, and I didn't feel safe enough to do it myself. So that was the complication in this one. So after that, since I was waiting for contractors, I had to pivot a bit and start working on the upper part of the cellar, and I worked on the two nested alcoves, which is Old Cellar 35, 96 hours of DIY medieval cellar restoration. So this one I tried also to have all the buzzword in it. I think the thumbnail is quite nice. This video is only 916 views. It was a nice video, it was a really nice project. For once, I was a bit creative with the bench I did with all chimney bricks. I was really happy with that, really happy with the process. Working in the alcoves was a bit difficult, but worth it. And I think the video is not too bad. But yeah, a bit lagging, I would say. Next video is Old Cellar 36. This is a fail, and the thumbnail is me. Epic mistake. I'm not happy with this one. I think I was trying, to be a bit dramatic, as everybody is doing on YouTube. I'm not proud of it. It didn't work. Really didn't work. I have 641 views on this one. I would be disappointing to see this video because the epic mistake is just in the beginning and it's not that epic. I tried some varnish, stone varnish, and it didn't work. So I may have to go back to that. But the video was nice because I was working on another wall, give a really nice finish in the end. And also I worked topside on the corridor and we removed a lot of drywall with a friend. I did some concrete work for the corridor also with another friend. So I think the video has a nice variety of things with it, and it's not doing well. So, 37 is a safe wall, so we are going back to the wall that was crumbling. The thumbnail is I think it's a bit better when it shows the wall with a big hole in it, quite short, and it's almost 1,000 views. It's a really short video because I couldn't film the contractors, but I repointed just behind, just after their work. I did it, the aesthetic part of the joints. And after that, in this video, I did some more ducting of PVC pipe, which was really great. That was something I was wanting to do for so much time, having the pipe from the under the crawl space to the engine room. On that note, I had some comments about painting the PVC pipe with bronze paint. At first I was a bit skeptical about that, but I saw some painted PVC pipe in an escape room I did with families, and I think it can give a nice look. So I think I'll do something like that at some point. The next video, Old Cellar 38, first person repointing. I think the title is it's nice. Thumbnail is also nice. There is a scaffolding going to the vault, so I think it gives a good sense of scale of the project. And it's doing quite well comparatively. It's 1.4 thousand views. About removing the stairs, and this is with my new camera, so it's longer than the other one. Because I have much more stuff to show. I had some comments about the bobbing of the head and fast pans of the video. I'm sorry to say I will do that again. I think it's a good way to show what I'm doing, but I understand if you don't like this kind of video. And the last one of the 24 was Old Cellar 39, Lonely Man in the Cellar talks about the work for months. Just joke in the title. So it's sitting now at 895 views, which is not bad after a week. It will grow slightly now since the main surge is gone, but it will continue to grow slightly. Yeah, so really happy with the 24 progress. I had a bit of free time to work on the cellar due to the slowness of the work in the VFX industry in that year. So I had a couple of weeks of leave, which I took to work on the cellar, so it shows in the end. The most important year for the cellar, I've been able to do a lot of stuff. Started working on the main chamber, and I'm now near the end. And I think also in terms of YouTube, I think it's been a good year. I have some good videos in it, and I've been able to publish a bit more regularly. Yeah, so I tend to agree with the comments that says the channel is a bit underrated. I think the project is really interesting in itself. I don't think I'm doing a terrible job of filming it. It could be better. It's not something that I prioritize. I don't have a lot of time to do this restoration on top of my work, so filming is a bit on the backside when I'm working in the cellar. I don't want to spend too much time setting up the equipment and everything. I try to find clever titles. I try to do the best jobs on the thumbnails. Issue I have is that I'm doing almost the same thing every time, so it's repointing and repointing. Lately, I've been trying to show the different aspects of the work, and I think it's interesting in itself, also for documentation purposes. One thing I could do, obviously, is try to publish every week, and I think it's the main issue I have with my videos, is that I publish irregularly, not even a video per month. So that's the main issue. But if I were to publish weekly, I think it won't be interesting really, because in a given weekend I don't do that much of work. I think I'll continue to do what I've been doing in videos. I'll probably do something about my automation at some point. And when the project is finished, I'll do another tour. Let's go into 2025. I think it will be the final year of the cellar. I have a couple months, let's say 3 to 5 months to finish the repointing of the whole cellar. And after that, I will have to do the floor and a lot of stuff, floor, electricity, also treating the wall and cleaning the cellar once again, because right now it's a complete mess. It's chaos. There is dust everywhere. But in the end, I wanted to thank everyone that has been watching the videos, and especially those of you that comment. It's really, really nice to see your comments. They are all really nice and supportive, so thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next one.